Okay, we should be good to go.
Good morning, call the meeting the idea order. I get a motion to approve the August 24th minutes. So,
Second.
all in favor?
Or Pam, who was that?
All.
Okay. We're gonna give Pam the benefit of the doubt since she's here for, okay. Okay, I'm gonna let Mr. Meta in. Yep.
Tap my phone. Yeah. Morning, Chad. How are you?
I'm doing great. Good morning. Hi, everyone.
Morning. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So we have our second resolution in our IDA process, moving this new hotel in Macedon with us this morning, Chad Mata, the developer. Chad, I think you've had a chance to describe your project to the group, but maybe you could just walk through it again for everybody and give us an update.
Yeah, sure. Again, thanks everyone for having me at your meeting and reviewing our application. We're really happy to be building and bringing a business class hotel to Macedon, Wayne County, which we understood was really a community need. Our company has been developing hotels for decades. We're based in Rochester, actually in Penfield. I'm a born and raised lifelong resident, actually born in Wayne County at Newark Wayne County Hospital. So I have a soft corner in my heart for the region. We're owner operators. I think that's important to mention. We are in the real estate development and construction businesses, but it's really just a byproduct of being hands-on hotel and restaurant owner operators. So like every hotel we've ever built, it is our intentions to own it and operate it forever. That is our investment thesis. So go ahead.
How many rooms, Jeff? Just remind us.
It's a 71 room hotel with a mix of rooms with 1 king bed, 2 queen beds and suites, and a really nice first floor lobby amenity space with a breakfast room, fitness room, some nice outdoor patio spaces, a lot of storefront glass. New is always nice, and this is a part of the Wyndham affiliation. So good brand standards. We recently opened a similar property in Farmington, but this is the latest and greatest. There is a new design that came out to make it more of a contemporary style building, which a lot of tweaks have been made. Frankly, it added a lot to the development cost, but it did make for a better product. But we think it's really, really appropriate for the modern traveler, both on the road for leisure or business.
Jeff's available to answer any questions.
Where's the one in Farmington?
It's almost off the corner of Route 96 and 332. It sits behind a couple restaurants. We own a Taco Bell franchise and a KFC franchise. Almost across from like where Aldi's is.
Yeah, I was wondering if your property is going to have a conference room for business use for local?
Yes, I believe we do have a meeting, some meeting space there as well. I should have mentioned that. Yeah.
Any other questions from Jeff? Thanks for the time this morning, Jeff.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Should I sign off?
That's it. No, I think we're good.
Okay. Thanks, everybody. Yep. Take care.
Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Now our public hearing yesterday morning, Jet was there, and the representative from the Calmax School District. But no comments from the public. So, our final project. No, not at all.
And he went for the.
Yes, so yeah,
Yeah, that's- that was-
I'm sorry, yes, I should mention that, yes, he did. everyone remembers, Jeff King Cable had reported a 20-year pilot agreement. We had some discussion with him too about this, but well, I'll give you an update on this. But he did agree and he's comfortable with the change.
Right, I was trying to find in the resolution where it says 10 years.
Yeah, I can see it.
I saw it. Like, I looked twice, but.
I have it here on,
Attorneys, right fees.
Those deposits that I would find for this, right? For this.
Correct. Yeah, because we didn't deposit and it is,
Us, 5,000, 2,500 for.
feel free to be explicit in vote or in the minutes. It is our standard pilot agreement.
Yeah, just making sure it's documented.
Since we had that
Yeah.
conversation,
I'm just gonna do a quick search.
I think too, as long as we're looking for that, it would be really helpful. I know we've always done this thing, but I think it would be really helpful on the front page to say what we're approving.
A summary.
The language, you know, the document is really long and
Yeah,
you may expect us to read every word, and that's good,
right, but I agree.
it can help us hone in on what we should think.
That is helpful.
And yours.
So, yeah, this is sort of a summary here that they sent
Maybe
over
that-
20.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, sorry, let me. This isn't the actual resolution, hang on. So in the actual resolution, it doesn't say, those are minutes.
Dollar amounts equated to 10 years. That's how I took it, but
Just to be more specific, I think is important, but especially.
especially since we had that conversation.
About that, so.
So noted.
So I'll make a motion that we approve the resolution as submitted, ensuring that it is followed to 10 years.
Ben, thank Bob, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Next up is an amendment to an already authorized project. So I've explained this to Scott, but New York Wellington One is a solar project. Approved by the board and closed. They are preparing to file their mortgage for this project. And their project cost and their mortgage amount came in larger than they had anticipated. Lots of moving parts here, probably not surprising in the project cost in general, but they came back and have asked that we approve an increase to their mortgage reporting benefit amount. So that also results increase in project cost, increase in mortgage, increase in agency fee, plus legal expenses relative to all this are being covered by project owner. But in order to amend and approve an increase of that benefit requires a resolution.
Is it for the same thing? Or-
It's for the solar project.
Highlight amount.
Big project.
Should I-
Pilot amount won't change. Their project cost is. Solar projects, so. Our provision of benefits for solar projects are different than our typical IDA project where we're accepting dollar amounts or values. Because they're already accepted. So we have this per megawatt charge that we charge, so there's the size of megawatts of their project did not change. But the cost and the mortgage associated with the project. This one took a long time to close, but they went a little chapter application. As their project development, the project today. swap hands from project developer to long-term asset owner because of the tax credits. Long-term operational piece.
So same thing, what do we actually?
An increase in their mortgage, so they said our mortgage is gonna be X, and their project cost went up, and their mortgage went up, so. The approval that they're requesting from the board is an increase to their mortgage reporting tax benefit. Associated with the mortgage has been violated.
Less than $2,000, how much is that?
Benefit or their project cost went up. Round numbers, $1 million.
Oh.
Such a substantial.
So what does that mean for us?
Sure. So it went up. And what they're asking, they're asking for more of a benefit from us because it went up.
Pending?
Correct. Nope.
Yes.
Yes, no.
And then.
Yes.
I
So that's what we're approving, is that.
The delta, correct.
For NY. Closing payments?
And you're gonna tell us.
32, it's the very last word done. So this is an invoice that we just recently made up and sent to them. The wire transfer is pending. So as soon as it information, we'll post it and send it over again. So the top portion is their original project cost, which 3.7 million. Okay. Which carried a 1% agency fee, so we charged them 37,000. Plus a wire transfer, LME charges us the wire transfer fee, so I just put that on the customers. Total was 37,000, which they paid last December, 37,000. The amended total project cost is 4.7. Which also carries a 1%. So the 47 minus the 37, so it's about $1 million difference. So our agency fee is 1%.
It's kind of $20 million project, it would be great, but you know,
Well, Lenny, that's if you're bucking.
It's exactly right. Up to 5 million at the beginning, they decided to get a little closer to it.
No, that 5 million is just a generic mark. So any project cost that is 5 million or less, there's a 1% agency fee.
It's a rounding
Uh,
error.
Anything over 5 million, the first 5 million is 1% fee, and over that 5 million is 0.5. That's still, okay. So their actual pilot billing, since we closed this last December, their first pilot bill was issued this September, a couple weeks ago. So they're already billing as opposed to their assessment value and, the per megawatt like Brian was talking about. So they're already billing and using the property tax benefits. That's not changing with this resolution. The only thing that's changing is their mortgage reporting.
good. Get a motion to, I so move, thanks, Phil. I'll second it, Don, all in favor?
I
Vote.
I'm sorry, I'm just looking, I just want to make sure that the resolution matches what we just.
So is this considered the summary?
So how
Yeah.
did you maybe use that in? I mean, I know you,
You
the
know,
attorneys put the resolution together, which I understand that. Maybe going forward, I don't know if there's any way to make it more clear.
So you put, we were saying,
Summary should be found.
Something, you know, it's like, you know, when you read through these, you're trying to grab the pieces. I think there is about
And then Latin the rest of it.
Very good.
We're getting very particular about reviewing our attorney's documents. In order.
I'm gonna build that.
Yeah.
Good budget. We're checking on it.
No, that'd be great. Did they have to prove to you that they had increased costs or is that? it was just-
No, so the process, I mean, when they file their mortgage, so everything is documented. Same with the sales tax, by the way. Forms are filled out, it's in the state. And reviewed, and it's part of that response, you know. But we typically can. So,
At the end of each year for the first year, intern year, first year and second year of any pilot, we do reporting on that. So I will send out a letter in December asking them for a New York State, ST 340 is what that sales tax. So I will add them up over those 3 years and make sure they did not go over that benefit. So it's good that they're asking before, same thing with market. I'll ask them, you know, how much did you take in mortgage reporting? I'll compare that to what was approved, and make sure that they did not go over.
you thought,
Okay, that's, we're not doing very good.
So I did this on the 21st. Which is always a week before the board meeting. So it has drastically changed, which is as expected. The reason why is because now we're getting all of those pilot payments in. So you'll see the 133,000 there. Those are, for lack of better term, liabilities. So those are funds that we are holding on to. It's literally just a pass through. So it's going to the town, the school, the village, all that stuff. Probably beginning of October. So as soon as all the pilot payments are received, we will issue checks to each taxing jurisdiction. So that's why that balance is so much more than what it's expected. Okay, so the CD, but that doesn't mature until like May, but that is, we're aware of.
not surprising. News to anyone, Jamie does a great job of not only just growing is one thing, I'll say we're one of the few IDAs, I think, in the state that actually builds all of the pilots. But providing municipalities and taxing jurisdictions that which relative to protected revenue this time of year, and budgets, they're all wondering how much money am I gonna get? With the tax cap and everything else, and how revenue relative to pilots and tax that. She does a great job of projecting and sharing those numbers as things are finalized relative to tax rates, et cetera. So I appreciate all that information for that.
I was on the phone recently with them and said, how come not, you know, you're paying 2.3 and I'm still getting 0.5. And, you know, you got me on the hook with this time deposit. They raised. Just for the ask, they raised. That was kind of. Yep. Stop it to work, it is, because you might get.
Because if you look at growth, your fees would probably be less to break it and move it. So you want to look at that. too.
I was surprised once when I looked at these. You know, a big one.
Good. So your executive director thing.
Said two things. One, we've had some significant progress in the sale of IDA property in the Mrs. Park in Ontario. I expect that they will, so just a reminder, AP Enterprises, owner Sean Pico is working through a process of purchasing a 30-acre lot, about kind of which I would say is usable, a lot of floodlands, it's on the north side of Timothy Lane. We are under a land development agreement with them, so to purchase offer contingent on approval of their project, levels of permitting, funds, et cetera, so that we're not just speculating selling property, that we're selling it to advance a project. They are preparing and are close to providing site plans for the town. Good progress there, expected might close sometime early, let's say Q4 next year. It's not soon. But on that, Then, the hotel project, triggered conversations relative to this New York State Review Board, benefit review board, they're calling it, which is not constituted, doesn't have any representation or, phone number or an email to call anyone relative to this threshold of $5 million or more, 30% of the total project. Project receives 30% or more in total benefits, including the 10-year sum of all the property tax benefits, the trigger prevailing wage for that project. We saw it with the hotel. We are evaluating projects internally on how our benefits are impacting those project costs and those thresholds. There's no review board said anything to at the moment. I did share some of that with Brian McDowell's office and Pam to our evaluation of projects and how those thresholds could impact projects moving forward. Not secret. Jack was considering another development project in the county and frankly took a step back relative to understanding that this law is in place, how some of the benefits could impact his total project. So
It's a New York law.
yes, New York State law approved the budget in 2020 into effect January 1st, 2021. Went into effect January 1st, 2022. But again, with no overview, every IDA attorney in New York we don't really understand this. It's a very vague and doesn't provide what constitutes project costs. Soft costs, hard costs, lots of other things.
And you can be done with the project before you know the answer.
Whatever the
That's
tax,
how you do prevailing wage.
is a good thing. So if tax rates change, that our benefits impact that changes over time, over 10 years. It's just, how do we continue to measure the impact of the IDA benefits? So threshold, just not really developed by that, but FYI, it does impact the business of the IDA. Because that should not be very conversation. Otherwise, we want to start question.
I went last week in that family and there are people that have been quite in traffic issue. Question and shit, it was good wrong. We've been took us for a tour of places. But yeah, so they do have an issue that they put out for.
Just reminded me. Thank you for bringing it up again. Back in the middle of 21, I want to say maybe even earlier, this board approved IDA funds for full design and engineering of a new access road and out of that fund, going from County Line Road and connecting to the park to the Lake. Lots of moving parts of property. I don't know over there in Ontario, but I'm told from their economic development staff in the town that agreement is finally making its way around.
They talked about that with stream landowners.
Yes.
Those two, and they said it's gonna be a month. Right there.
I saw Bill Liddell at the Ontario Chamber meeting, and he said that is now moving or passing around this agreement to get this done. I've offered assistance to the supervisor and Bill.
Frankly, that we last week.
Whatever it takes. But we've been ready to help.
It would help immensely.
And then, as a side note, we're just preparing to finalize. We have the grant to do an analysis of all the business parks in the county relative to future investments and being prepared for new business attraction stuff. We're finalizing more for selection of our consultant, and that'll prepare us. Expecting in this year's budget, the state allocated $200 million for fancy shovel-ready sites, or nuances and details of that study. All this stuff will hopefully prepare us utilizing those funds to gain new access for building in Ontario, and then other improvements relative to Clyde Industrial Park or several other locations. very focused on business attraction stuff. It's everything that economic development, shovel race sites. Business attraction. Timeline on this stuff is, used to be probably 2 years, now it's 12, 18 months maximum, they gotta be built, operating. In some space. We want to be able to break down to.
In other business, I will mention the IDA sponsored the legislative breakfast and there's seats available. There's one seat available since Katie can't go. So I think at the VFW on Friday. And I think it starts at 8:30. So
It's the registration.
8 o'clock. Okay.
Yeah, they
Well-
start right now, so
Anyway, there is one seat available, so if anybody from the board wants to go, you're welcome to. Just let us know.
Good. Okay. Being October 26th. So, all in favor? Aye. So,
9:30. Okay, let me get off of this.